This rare cosmic event has already occurred and most people don't even know about it. This event changes everything. It's changing everything on Earth drastically over the next few critical decades. It's a new cycle of human evolution that has already been activated. Join me on a deep dive into the Age of Aquarius, what it really means and what it means for humanity and for you. Ancient civilizations have records of these change of ages, and they're very similar, whether you look at the records of the Mayans, from India in the East, the Greeks in the West. They're all very similar. They're all saying, we're in the we're at the end of the fourth age, and we're moving into the fifth age. The text that we're going to focus on, that's a very ancient text of India in the East, is the Vishnu Purana. And the reason we're going to focus on that is not only does it talk about the coming of this age, but it actually gives us the timing of when that age starts. This is what the Vishnu Purana says about the changing of the age. When the sun and the moon and the lunar asterism Tisha and the planet Jupiter are in one mansion, the Krita Golden Age shall return. And so this is what we're going to analyze here, because it's giving you the timing of when the Golden Age starts. And the Golden Age coincides with the start of the Age of Aquarius. So it, ushers in the Age of Aquarius as we move from the Kali Yuga, which is the Black Age, to the Golden Age, the Krita Age. So they're using the ancient Vedic astrology system, the sidereal system that Vedic astrologers use. And so we're going to be using that here. And then I'll put it in more Western terms so it's understandable more for the Western person. So when they talk about the lunar asterism Tisha, what they're talking about is Tisha is the ancient name for the lunar mansion of Pushya. And in Vedic astrology, they have these lunar mansions. There's 27 of them. And it's a way they analyze the moon. And so we don't need to get into all of that. But what this is talking about is really Nakshatra, or the lunar mansion 8. And it's in Cancer. It corresponds to an asterism is not a complete constellation, but it's a recognizable star pattern. So you could think of, the Big Dipper, Little Dipper. Those aren't constellations, but they're very definable star patterns in a constellation. And so that's what this is. Tisha is really the star pattern of Cancri. It's the Delta, Gamma, and Theta stars within the constellation of Cancer. And it defines, this nakshatra is defined from 3 degrees 20 minutes to 16 degrees 40 minutes of the zodiac sign of Cancer. So let's take a look at the constellation of Cancer and the lunar asterism within that constellation. That's what this text is talking about. So in white, you see the entire constellation of Cancer on the zodiac ecliptic. And you can see that you have Delta, Gamma, and Theta. They all come together and they form a triangle. So it's important too that a triangle in metaphysics represents manifestation. So it's the birth of something. So in this case, it's the birth of the new age. And so it's being defined through the constellation of Cancer, through this triangle. And so now that we've defined the lunar asterism Tisha, the other part here that's very Eastern is they're all in one mansion. And so what it's referring to is the one lunar mansion between 3 degrees 20 minutes and 16 degrees 40 minutes of the zodiac sign of Cancer. And so these other pieces now we can put together with it and look at it on a Western chart and see what is it that they're really talking about here with the sun and the moon and Jupiter, adding those in. When all of these factors came together, they were fulfilled. on a certain date. And this is well known in the East, and it was very well celebrated in the East. India, Tibet, Mongolia, places like that. In the West, we're just not aware of it because it's not in our Western texts, but it is in the East. And so they're very aware of it. And this happened on a annular solar eclipse on August 1st, 1943. And it happened at 4:06 and 15 seconds in the AM in UTC time, Universal Standard Time. So this is the solar eclipse in 1943, and it's put on a Western wheel so that a Western astrologer student can understand it a little more clear. So this is documenting that indeed in the lunar mansion of Cancri, that was between 3 degrees 20 minutes and 16 degrees 40 minutes of the zodiac sign of Cancer, the golden age shall return. And so indeed you have, Jupiter, the moon, the sun, all within that one lunar mansion. And it's within the particular mansion that's Nakshatra 8, the lunar mansion asterism Tisha, and the Nakshatra 8 of Pushya in the Vedic system. And so it's all within the right degrees in Cancer. They're all in the same lunar mansion, Jupiter, the moon, and the sun. And so that's a fulfillment of their ancient text. And this designates the start of the Golden Age. And Aquarius is considered to have esoterically started when the Golden Age started. The modern ruler of Aquarius is now the planet Uranus. And so it was discovered in 1781. So you can see the beauty of the cosmic cycles here that, Uranus had to be discovered so that it would be the ruler in place when the Age of Aquarius came. And so it's a very beautiful cosmic cycle transition that we can see here. In astrology, Uranus is associated with technology, inventions, innovation, revolution in ideas, just sudden changes, electricity, humanitarian perspective. And so those things are going to be major themes in the Age of Aquarius, and you can already see them happening. So, Uranus was discovered with a telescope. So its very discovery required technology, as it's not a visible planet and you can't see it. So it had to be discovered with a telescope. And no sooner was it discovered than we started to have major advances in science and technology, which is what Uranus and the Age of Aquarius is going to be a major focus. So in 1800, we had Alessandro Volta discover the modern battery. In 1831, electrical current was discovered by the very famous scientist Michael Faraday. In the 1870s, Thomas Edison discovered DC electrical current. In 1891, AC electrical current, which is the type of electricity and current you use in your home and just almost everything nowadays, was discovered by Nikola Tesla. And so now you have, first we had cell phones, pagers, those sorts of things. Then now we have smartphones, we have, internet, we have social media now. And so those are all very Aquarian technologies and that, allow for mass communication and more of a humanity-wide interaction. And so what I have here is a chart of the constellation of Pisces and the constellation of Aquarius. And you can see that what I want to show you here is there's an overlap. And so that's what we're in right now. We're in the overlap period. And so it's called the Esoteric Age of Aquarius. But It's really the overlap of the two ages, blending their energies at this point. And then the edge right here of Pisces is right where Aquarius starts. And so that edge right here is, this is the edge of it. So you can see that there is a point where they overlap from here to here, but it hasn't actually entered the age of Aquarius yet. You have this right here, this area here, where it's coming out of Pisces, but it's overlapping with Aquarius. And so you have a blending of the energies. And then it finally enters the age of Aquarius right here at about 2610 AD. But right now we're in this blending period right here that I just highlighted. And so this analysis really shows you how astrology works. Astrology works in cycles. Everything works in cycles. The planets, the stars, constellations, the sun, galaxies, they all work in cycles. And so this is a very good example of how one constellation, Pisces, the age transitions into the age of Aquarius. And it is a cosmic cycle. And that cycle change as far as the Earth is concerned, happened in 1943 when the solar eclipse changed the cycle moving forward. Thank you so much for watching the video. Take care, and I will see you next time.